Hello everyone, welcome back to day 2 of the 2022, wait hold on, this is 2023. I guess it started in 2022, but the 2022 Winter Series. It's a pleasure to be here. You're here with me, Gambling. Gee, how am I supposed to say that? We're calling that Yuki. We're calling that jet Yuki. That jet's going to be Yuki today. I am not saying that full name. I'm hoping this is like that XX underscore 420 big shot master underscore XX kind of name on COD back in the day. But we're going to be seeing a jet once again here on Ascent. Not posturing that quite yet on the other side. KJ is being shown on both ends. 3 a.m. Valorant crew has found their way through as Spiffy and Viet, along with Kieran, Pow Pow, and I cannot read the last name, work their way in. Kala, Shaka, R.E. Pretty, and Yuki, they've all locked in. So is the Omen of the team. It's just Spiffy holding things down, trying to be able to talk to his team as much as he can before things get going here on Ascent.
Best of one, best of three.
Here in this best of 3, we're going to be kicking it off on Ascent. Map 2, we'll see in a moment. We don't need to worry about that quite yet. But this one, very different. We're going to see the matchup of the Sovas. We're going to see a little bit of a matchup of Killjoys. But after that, it is a complete split of characters. It's going to be Brimstone versus Omen. It's going to be Breach in comparison to the KO. And then finally, a Raze pick instead of the Jet here on Ascent. Quite frankly, I'm a little bit more in favor of the Jet pick. But when it comes to the rest of it, well, shoot, I think I still might be in favor of Bobnem, given that I would much rather have the KO over the Breach. Brim and Omen are a little more interchangeable. Depends on how you want to play the game. Given that you do have the Breach, it's a little bit nicer with the Brimstone, as it does kind of give you that nice hard execute scenario. You know, you're able to really time things quite easily, or just a little more succinctly. I guess is how I mean to say it. You know, when you drop that armband, right? You drop both smokes at the same time, and you're able to really hard execute. You don't need to worry about someone kind of standing in a spot up in heaven if you were executing on A, let's say, right? As that tremor goes off. Yeah, I think these team comps are good. I would rather play with the Bobnem team comp personally. Whether or not that's going to be the winning team is obviously yet to be seen as we walk on in to round 1 of game 1 of this best of 3.
Calling my bot. Placing alarm bot.
Spiffy going to be able to just pull that back for a moment, hold the angle, see what they can find out. As nothing's being given early, neither side wanting to poke their head out. Full util call here from the defensive KJ. Spiffy going to see one, doesn't get damaged. Yuki does give up the dash. Won't be too costly, but it does give away a little bit of information. And for whatever reason, Yuki, no other util. Nearly 40 seconds have passed. Smoke gets called out by Spiffy. I can actually hear him. Damn, he's loud. And it's still just a slow grind. Nobody doing a single thing as they look to make this execute. There's the arrow. There's the tremor. We're going. Smokes are down. Yuki going to be flushed off the angle. Has to back off. And they'll get the entire site for free. The door will slam shut, but it'll be broken momentarily. Door's broken. That's going to be the push back from Spiffy. Gives up the space, and he'll get his turret and alarm bot back online. Not that it's going to do anything for him, as no one is coming from that direction. Yuki going to get hit for 50. Teammate gets lit up pretty heavy too. 24. My goodness. Pretty gets one. Spiffy is able to get one themselves, and it's a 3-on-3. The execute keeps on going. Yuzu going to try and get some shots, but Coco, they're good for one.
Last player standing.
And now it's, oh my goodness. A big swing in members there quickly from the attackers. They're able to hold on to the post plant as a roar erupts from the 3 a.m. crew. and they'll be able to get themselves round 1 here against Bobnem. If I had to guess, Spiffy is the shot caller on the side of 3 a.m. Bobnem, unfortunately, a team that I'm not nearly as familiar with as I do frequent the Discord that Spiffy runs for some nice 10-mans every once in a while. Great guy, honestly.
Standing ahead.
Huge sprint in the mid, though. Yuki, good for 1 there. They're going to be able to pick up a gun. And this is some amazing aggression. A lot of information given up. Pretty, going to be good for 1 as well. And it's already a 3-on-4. Sheriff grabbed as well. They're going to press out into the corners here. Alarm bot goes through. It should get nothing done, but it does give the information that someone is there, which isn't as useful as it really, could be. But hey, why hold the util for next round? You might as well get something out of it. Kieran, good for 1 though. Trying to handle what's going on in tree. The shots go through as Rizu's able to drop Coco. Yuki didn't have too much health left. They're looking for the man in heaven. They'll put him down. And Pow Pow is good for 2 on the round. And 3 a.m. is already good for 2 in the game. We saw a strong start from the offensive side, both halves, in our previous game between UBC Black and BTS and Decay. But that third round seems to slide over the defense. Will Bobnem be able to follow that pattern? Will they be able to keep themselves in that healthy position? Or will they end up costing themselves a little bit of an ugly start? Will they ruin their chances and not only go down 3-0, but be on a save and likely go down 4-0 very quickly? Spiffy is just guarding mid, trying to hold it for his team. The Stinger tries to spray down. Pow Pow, not going to be good for the 1 against Coco as Coco slams the door shut. Oh no, Shaka. He's holding out the arrow just a little too long. Swings out, gets 1, tries to find Coco, but Rizu just good for the 1. The sprinting. Pretty is going to be an amazing spot. They take down 1. They know the second is there, but Viet will drop Pretty. Looking for the smokes in return. Does get the 1 out there. They might fade back off of this. And it looks like they'll hold quiet for a moment. No more smokes in the chamber for Viet. That last one will be all they get. Looking for the flank. Giving Coco, gonna go down.
30 seconds
And Yuki now has no idea what's going on. Needs to be able to try and defend this. Is gonna hear both steps. Tries to get the KJ. Will get the KJ. Drops down. And that'll be the molly to stop anyone from coming through. He's lost him. Can't quite find where they were going, and Yuki, hanging way back, is able to catch Viet just at the last second. They'll be able to get the round, and they'll keep themselves in this one. It'll just be a small 2-1 lead. But with 4 members down, the ult being held by Yuki, sure, a gun's going to be able to be passed around if they want to try and invest into this round. But it feels over before it started. You've got a full rifle buy coming out from the offense, and you've seen what they can do when they're evenly matched there on pistols. It does look like it's going to be a real fight here in this 4th round. We're looking at a nice 2-2, potentially a 3-2 off a win here for the defense, or an absolute collapse to a 4-1. But we've seen that 6-1 leads aren't even properly safe, as Yuki is flushed off the angle. They do have the dash, they do have the ult, and they're gonna be able to get 1. Pow Pow's dropped for free. Well, that's not gonna feel good. No one getting deep fried this time. Yuki will go down. Kieran looking to hold CTs. Oh, actually, it's not gonna happen whatsoever. Immediately pushed away. Along with Rizu, but they're gonna be able to get the spray down. Spiffy drops to Cullah. Hunter's Fury being tested there against the defense. Gets a little bit of damage down and does manage to find 1, but it's 3-on-3. Bleeding members on the defense, trying to find any sort of opening for themselves, but this could just be a pin play. I'm not sure if they know quite yet, but they should know in just a second that all 3 members of the defense are pinned here on the back. They can just hold here. They can trade the guns. There's the teleport. He's into the middle. He's going to be able to get the shot on Kieran. Coco's good for 1, but Beat's able to stop Coco. There's 1 still remaining. Pretty isn't going to be able to get the defuse, as it'll be a 3-1 lead in favor of 3 AM, and Bobnem is going to be about as broke as I am. No cash to splash this round. Weird defensive ults to be able to be used inside of the KJ and Omen. The KJ ult isn't even going to be really able to be expended unless they find themselves a nice pick with a sheriff and they're able to get a gun. Using that ult for a retake is like trying to stop a flood with a paper bag. It's just not happening.
Suppress it.
Knife does get shot out. That does flush out more util, but it does, unfortunately, approximately nothing other than just give away a little bit of extra information. Yuki should crouch, or like press forward ever so slightly more. It's being played extremely slowly, and there's no reason to do anything else. You don't want to make any sort of free mistakes. So they'll keep things slow, they'll rotate, and they'll just keep on feeling it out. Smoke used preemptively from the defense there to be able to try and keep a little bit of weird control on Tree. Turret shot out B main, that's going to call for the execute. There's the bomb buddy. Door is already closed, they've slammed it shut themselves. Does get broken immediately. Oh, that's some good shooting there as they spray through and just get a little bit of damage down.
Left.
But no one gonna push into Pretty, and they might actually be able to use the ult here if they can get 1 pick. This could be massive, but no, Pow Pow drops Cullah. Viet goes down. Rizu's trying to get something. Pretty is looking for 1, gets 2, and they're kind of keeping this one alive. Shaka here holding CT. Getting any sort of position. The gun gonna be able to be passed back. Pretty good for 3 on the round. He's pretty good. He's found 4, and they'll look to be able to hold off for the 5th. Defuse isn't going through. Sees that both are off. Only 18 health, has to run into it. Pretty is up for the ace. Doesn't have to use the ultimate. 3 of them done with the sheriff. No, 2 of them done with the sheriff. 3 of them done with the vandal.
Go ahead. Call me tech support again.
And shoot, I guess we'll call her tech support, as she has fixed the problem that Bobnem was having. Runs that round all the way back and swings them right back into it. We're looking at probably a tied game after this round. But hey, I said the exact same thing about Bobnem gonna be down 4-1 on the previous round. But we saw what we can do here on an eco. We know the power that these small guns can have. We all know that we wish to put a Riot's dev's head through a window pane because of the stinger. I know I do. Well, I do it to other people, but that's a different conversation entirely.
Off your feet!
Gonna run their way on. Viet picked off by the off of Yuki. Sprayed through. Is gonna show off Spiffy a ton, but he doesn't get anything for it.
Spike planted.
Rizu holding a high position. Yuki drops him. Shaka not gonna be able to do anything here. Does get him. No, doesn't get him with a second shock. The plant does go down. They've gotten themselves some money. Looking for the right clicks. Not gonna be able to find it. Gets a little bit of damage down, but Coco will take him. Spiffy finds Shaka. And Pretty good for their 6th in 2 rounds. And they'll tie this game up at 3 apiece. It's a back and forth one here, folks. You can't tell me which way this is gonna go.
I'll shut them down. Until then, survive.
The small guns weren't gonna cut it there on defense. Just could not find the room to move. But now with a little bit of investment, they have rifles in hand. They have a chance to be able to get something done here. But here is the pivotal position.
Keep them out.
Really? That's how we're gonna do this? Scout it out, make sure they're flushed off the angle and be able to get the angle for free. Perfect positioning there, locks it all up. Pretty does get tagged through the wall. It's nothing big. but it doesn't feel good. Coco gonna be blinded out. Pretty gonna be showing off, gonna get stunned up here. They're gonna be able to find him, ends up lining up. Coco, good for 2 on the market hold. Kieran
You should run.
moves themselves out. They're gonna get pinged. That's gonna hurt, but Viet finds Shaka. And that's gonna make it so that there's one less Sova around. Viet, they've already pushed themselves on. They're looking for the bomb plant. Get it down right away. Spiffy tries to get a little too aggressive, and that's gonna leave his team in a rough spot. Kieran, without much health remaining, tries to get the spray down, doesn't get him through the wall. And now it's just Viet to get it down. Looks for anything, but no, Pretty. A little bit of awkward movement causes Viet to miss the shots, and Pretty, with a lot of good flicking there, will put him down. Quick snap to the head. And with 7 kills in only 3 rounds, you can really feel Pretty putting their team on their back. And this has been impressive too, because it hasn't just been defensive hold KJ. It's not like they've just been sitting back and, you know, collecting kills off of good molly positioning and some alarm bot stuff, a little bit of pressure being bought with the turret. No, these are retakes. You are staring down the barrel of a 12-3 retake primed Killjoy, and you are losing. You are getting hit through and through. Whether or not this is going to be able to be stopped, stuffed out, handled in any way, shape, or form, it's hard to say. Yuki going to be flushed off the angle. Ult used in return. That's going to slow things down for about the next 13 seconds. Slow re-clear of the angle. Runs their way out. Sees a body part, but can't quite get the arm as Yuki fades back. Mid presence being held up here by the defense. Yuki with the fastest rotate that they could imagine. And they'll hold this little pixel angle. You can see it on the minimap.
Yeah.
They're barely looking at a line. Oh, Yuki gonna miss their shot there. They're stunned up once again, shotgun in hand. Are they smart enough to recognize that they're full blind? They've swung past them. Yuki's gonna be good for 2, but he's taken out from behind by Rizu, and that's gonna allow him to maybe get the op. Oh no, oh no. 4 health remaining on Shaka. Just couldn't quite hit the body the way that they wanted to. A costly loss there, as it looked like it was actually going to be able to be done, as Yuki was fully flashed out. The shorty comes in huge there. No op shots landed that round, but just phenomenal position from Yuki. You can't take that away from him. An amazing rotate, a good call out from the IGL, whoever that happens to be, or Yuki potentially themselves. Shot calling, you know, pulling their own number a little bit here. But they're going to be smoked out immediately. That's going to cost them a little bit of position, and it might actually cost them their life. Pow Pow gets 1. Coco going to look for the other. The op shot is missed. Those are the knives. He's able to get 1. Pretty good for 2. But Pow Pow good for 3 on the round already. This map opens wide, but Cullah is going to be able to cull the numbers. As he drops Pow Pow, Cullah gonna be flushed out of the angle, gets a little bit of damage down. Hunter's Fury is able to find Viet, and now it's a 1 versus 2 for Kieran. Clearing these angles slowly. Does start to jiggle them. Hears that. Can't get out of the way of the knife. Oh, and he gets a little bit aggressive. Kieran maybe could have played that slow. Maybe could have seemed like he was further back. Because he was so high up, there's a chance that they don't clear the left-hand side, or at least, you know, the left-hand side from where they were standing. And are able to be get 1 and create, you know, a nice little 1v1, door closed, try and figure some stuff out that way. But instead, it'll be a timeout here going into the 10th round, as Spiffy will try and rally the troops. It's hard to fault 3 a.m. for too much of what's going on. Quite honestly, I feel like they're making decent decisions. They're making good plays. They're putting themselves in spots to win. But Bobnem will not roll over. They will not die for free. and they've come back. And I'd say 2, arguably 3 of the 6 rounds that they have. They have been in spots where it's like 7 out of 10 times you lose this. And they've found a way to be those 3. They've found a way to get those 30% odds to work for them. They've hit sheer cold 3 times in a match. It is looking rough. But we'll get into this next round. Util available, but guns not quite.
Revealing area.
Scout it out, make sure nothing short is being held. No need to clear the right now. We'll get 1 orb,
My ult
get
is ready.
Kieran's ult online. Shot does get taken from Yuki up in A heaven as they're pressuring inside of A main, looking to bait out those shots. Not a lot happening on B right now. As Yuki is flushed off of A, you can see on the mini-map in heaven that they're poking and prodding at that area, trying to bait some rotates, but it's not coming through quite yet. Changing up the push a little bit here from the offense. They've completely switched it mid-round on what's going to happen. Noise being made there in mid that could flush more people out. The game is going to be given away as spots start to be considered. Pow Pow in an amazing position here. Controls market for the team. He's going to get a lot of damage down there with the... oh my... They're all dead. They're just dead. I thought that nade was going to do more. I thought I was going to slow people down, but my goodness, Coco controlling Speedway with ease as they just put shot after shot into the 3 a.m. team. And they'll at least walk away with a 7-5 lead from the half. Only 2 rounds remaining. It was a good start for 3 a.m., but it's been a bit of a cold middle. Kind of heated up this half in the microwave. See if they can finish strong. Yuki looking to hold the corner, to be flushed out. One-way toss. Spray from Cullen, not going to be good for too much more than the 1. He does get Kieran, which should be good enough. The ult gonna flush Yuki completely out. Op is gonna be taken away, and this should be a round in favor of the offense. Shock darts coming through, gonna kind of flush them out of position. Actually whiffs on the lineup. Spiffy should get 1, gets 1, goes for 2, hit him in the head. That's gonna be 140, and now it's just pretty to try and get this done. Oh, this is an interesting bait. This is a very interesting bait. They're gonna go to this as safely as possible. Oh, I love the play from Pretty to ISO, but Viet taps him in the head. It'll keep 2 players alive. It'll keep a bit of weaponry in the hands of 3 a.m. for them to be able to pull off this 12th round, a 5th for the half. But it's gonna be a tough spot, to say the absolute least of it. Now, they are 1 orb off of Spiffy having their ultimate. Him with that little bit of power could be game-changing, could be round-changing, at the very least. We'll see what the press is. Immediate suppress there from Cullen, gets 2. Which does give away a little bit of information, but it doesn't tell you too much. It's been a lot of default kind of play from 3 a.m., and they've been finding success from it when they do properly play it patiently. Yuki, good for 1 for free, as Rizu goes down. Now a 4 versus 5, already worse weaponry on the attacking side. They're slowly trying to get some orbs, and it looks like that execute is going to come in strong in just a moment. Fully clears, sees 2, gets the ult down. That's going to be a molly to try and slow things out. Not immediately popped, though. They don't know it's there. It's not going to get cleared. It's going to completely stop this push. This is going to be tragic. Oh, he pushed in. Oh, he pushed in. Shock is in an awful position. Oh, the crosshairs on them, but they're not spraying. Yuki is not killed. Pow Pow gets tricked. The crouch calls him. And Yuki ends up going big for 2 because Pow Pow doesn't finish his meal. He doesn't finish the plate.
Race into the spike site.
Oh, man. Too much confidence in the body going down until you see them ragdoll. Don't stop holding M1. Very reasonably. Could have been a 7-5 half with a little bit of strong play from 3 AM in the back end of that round. But instead, things slip away from Pow Pow. The crouch from Yuki buys him that second of time. Well, that's ironic. And it's a tough way to go down. 8-4 on the half. Bobnem showing some strong play on the defensive side. Coco has his team clean up the recon dart for him. And we'll get a little bit of a scout going here off the drone. Does tag one, but doesn't really get to scout anything, and giving up a little bit of information that someone is in CT doesn't really say all that much. Pretty's gonna be good for one, good for two, as the mid control fades away. Pretty might even be good for a third if Rizu can't get a little bit of damage onto him.
Yeah.
100. Rizu drops. Kala will take the brunt of the damage, likely sitting around 90 health. And now Viet might get tapped. Gets tapped. Away they go. Pretty for 3. Oh no, Kieran. Oh, they try for it. It's an unfortunate situation. They got a little antsy with the first shots as they saw the free kill. And unfortunately let it slip through their hands as Bobnem is starting to run away with it. And look at that pretty purchase. Gonna be a deadly round 2. And provided they win it, an impressively powerful round 3 of this half. The real concern you have to have is you lose this round as Bobnem. If someone shorties you, if someone goes left, right click on a classic, and you just drop a rifle, you can't afford it. Pretty does eventually go down, does get the head tap with the classic. A little bit of damage is going to be put on to the other rifle sitting on Yuki.
Gun here.
But it doesn't mean too much. My goodness, Pow Pow, good for 1 against Coco. It's a 2-on-2. Spiffy sprays and actually puts some solid damage into Yuki. This bulldog from Yuki, though, gonna need to come up clutch. Spiffy, he sees a gun. He knows that he can get it. But the question is, should he get it? He's gonna try and flush him out. Does flush him out. Pow Pow finishes him with the bullets.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, they know where they are. Spiffy just still holding on to the frenzy. Puts a little bit of damage down. Knows that he needs to fade away. Knows that he needs to step towards the bomb. Will have turret in just a moment as he goes off to the corner. Looks for the shots, but he can't quite find them. Sprays through, looks for the hits, has to reload, and Yuki is there for the tap.
Hurts. Everyone's so heavy.
End of 4, Yuki's able to dash their way away. No bomb explosion to be able to catch them out. And what could have been a massive win there for 3 AM will be a slight victory for Bobnem. They won't really have the credits to invest the way that 3 AM does. But if 3 AM doesn't walk away with this with 4 men or 3 and 2 with armor, oh boy, I'm worried for the rest of this half. They are on the defensive side. It was a 2-round start for the offense last time. Into the 1 round of the defense. Pretty much every single half exactly every single half here that we've had on the defensive side, or on the offensive side of Ascent, but that's 1 already going for Yuki. This is a tough spot, tries to spray through, will get a little bit of damage down. Kieran gonna be able to get out of that detain in time before anyone's trying to press them.
Deploying drone.
Shaka. We'll see
some.
Oh no, Viet.
Spike down.
Pretty good. The defense, Kieran, he's good for 4, but he's not good for the 5th. Gets a little too aggro, and it'll cost him. It'll cost the team as 3 AM slips down to 11-4 as they'll find themselves on a bad bye at best. As we're looking to be in a 12-4 situation shortly. Do you want to try and run back 8 straight
rounds? Or do you take that risk as 3 a.m.? You saw the lineup that, or the loadout that they had just as well as I did. And it looks like they might just be trying to fight this one out.
One suppressed.
Defense getting a little aggro here. Trying to just take some peeks, get some looks, figure out some information. Gonna be flushed off of the corner. Gives up a little bit of the ground that they'd earned. Jump peek spotted there in B main. Viet is good for pretty. Pow Pow's good for one. Wants to see if there's a gun to be grabbed. Does kind of clear out B main, and they're gonna be able to snag one. That's some firepower. That's some positional advantage. Rizu. Oh, he's good for it. Yuki goes down. The Vandal is available. It's an aggressive take from Rizu, but they'll be able to toss that one off to a teammate and see if they can make a little bit of hay while the sun shines. Two members sliding over to one site to try and execute on this attack. They're running out of time. They're in the back 35 seconds of the round. But what can the defense do? Power position being held on site at this moment. It looks like a little rotate. It looks like we're going to try and switch the... We're going to try and flip the field right now. Coco gets damaged a little bit as they swing out. Viet's good for one. Shaka good for two. Good for three. As he calls the members of 3 a.m. and looks to stick the plant. He'll get tapped in the side of the head. And the call from 3 a.m. to buy up pays off. But now still 7 rounds remain to be able to put this one back in contention. To be able to push this one to overtime, which is looking oh so likely. Already 3 rounds won by Bobnem here on the attack. One more and they'll match 3 a.m. Just 5 rounds into our attacking half. Or into their attacking half, I may say. Yuki trying to get aggro with it, sprinting hard with the Bucky. Look at the clear, and he'll take him out for free. Kieran, it's a generous donation of a Phantom. And Yuki will look to get something done here. Get a little bit aggressive. That grenade is gonna hurt. Pow Pow gets him out of there. Good spray down. Takes down one. Uh-oh, Cullah, no chance there. Shaka will drop, ult being used. Dangerous amount of cash being lost here by the defense. Good shots though from Viet. Taps away and slowly takes the kill. As 3 a.m. will find themselves another round. Pow Pow gets the defuse and puts their ult one step closer to getting back online. And there is just barely not enough cash to splash on the side of 3 a.m. Likely gonna have to be a force of something bad, maybe a Spectre, some sort of cleanup option. Gotta figure out something fast. What have you prepped for this? What do you guys think you have? What's your default in this kind of position? It's a bit of a stack. Odd flash, but it gives Yuki a little bit of advantage. We flush out one Brim smoke. Pretty finds Rizu, but that was the bad gun. It's the way she goes sometimes. There was a little bit of damage traded back though, which makes this feel just a little bit better. Uh-oh, Spiffy. There goes the util. Pow Pow, good for it. Takes one shot in return. But this is a hell of an execute coming out onto A. They know where they want to be. Bobnem looking to put themselves to match point with this execute. There's the tap. They flush out the Hunter's Fury. Spiffy gets flash. Does see one. He might have seen one for a second. I'm not certain. But it forces this into a 2 versus 4 with a little bit of damage sitting on the Jet. Viet does have the ult. No spray coming through. Oh no, util gone. Can't use that ult to clear out hell anymore. Kieran gonna get pushed. Are they gonna notice it? They try and run away with the knife. It doesn't cost them yet. They're looking to fade back. They know they need to keep the guns. Good for one, not good for two. Cullah trying to make this expensive, and it's gonna be expensive as Coco finds him on the side in mid. Can't find his way into market for safety. And that little piggy is gonna go running all the way home. 3 a.m. Looking like it's closing time for them here on Ascent as Bobnem is trying to put him out. They can stay, just not here. They're trying to hang, they're trying to keep it in, but it's falling apart, and I believe 3 a.m. just barely has buys for their team. Start cleared out. Yuki trying to get quick with it. Does get separated from the team. And now Yuki is on their own. Kieran trying to take a little bit of a fight. Sprays it out. Now they know where he is. He's stuck in the corner. There's nothing to be done. Beautiful play there from Bobnem to coordinate that little bit of a utility to take him down for free. One more goes down. Gets the knives for the right click. Yuki, good for 3. Will look for 4, but Coco clears it out as he'll sign his death warrant as that gorilla of an attack brings Bobnem to the 13-6. And they'll take the win over on Ascent. Huge performances from Pretty and Yuki. You saw a lot of Yuki there on the attacking half in the short time that they were on that attacking half. But please do not forget about the damage Pretty was doing. The retakes, the holds, so much of them. So much of their wins on the defensive side were relied on the side of Pretty. Just brutal stuff as they were able to pick apart 3 a.m. The clutch that they had with the ace, 2 shots of the Sheriff, and then 3 from that Vandal they managed to pick up. Honestly, unbelievable from their top frag. Just brilliant stuff put together. But it looks like we might be taking a little bit of a break between games, maybe 5 minutes kind of thing, or are we going straight back in? I don't have a chat in front of me. For those of you just tuning in, thank you for being here at the UBC, SFU, and I think UVic as well, 2022 Winter Series. I know we're into 2023 now, but hey, it started in 2022, so that's the way we're doing it. Kind of like how it's the 2022-23 NHL season. Regardless, we're going to cut to a 5-minute break. Thank you for our sponsors, TELUS, Kinton, and Red Bull, and my boy Pochita and the trans icon Blahaj for hanging out with me here on the cast. We'll be coming right back to you in a moment. So hey, don't close that tab. Grab yourself a drink. We'll be right back. of this qualifying series. Winner of this goes on to play for gold. The loser... Oops, hold on one second. Winner of this goes on to play for gold. Loser of this will fight in the 3rd and 4th place match for that bronze medal. As it sits right now, 3 a.m. has already locked in all of their members. And on the side of Bobnem, they're still figuring things out. Yuki with the quick lock, knowing exactly which way they want to go with their pick. But otherwise, it's looking a little similar across the board right now, as we are seeing the Viper. Well, the Viper was being hovered. There we go. Viper being hovered once again. And it looks like we're going to get a near mirror matchup, just a little bit more defensive, picks being taken by 3 a.m. and much more of a post-plant game trying to be played with that KJ being taken over the KO in a sense.
Hey, the music's still on. Thank you.
So we are going to see the Viper mirror. The Sova is also going to be mirrored on both sides, but it's double smokes and double sentinels. No duelist on the side of 3 a.m. We'll see what they can make of that. It is going to make the offense a little bit slow, I guess is the way that I'd have to say it. Give me one moment, folks.
Here.
It's still on. It's an interesting spot that we're finding ourselves in. The Sages coming back out to play here on Split. Always been a good character to just be able to lock out tube or lock out any sort of push that you're going to look for the offense to go for. And you can tell that with the setup that 3 a.m. are running, they're going to want to be going after A. They're going to be wanting to play that post-plant kind of position. We'll see what they can make of it here in this first round. Wall gonna be broken almost immediately. Don't get to use that for too long. The Viper wall is kind of controlling mid, but it's gonna fade in just a moment, as it was popped a little later than the offensive Viper wall. No one giving too much. And this is exactly what I was expecting. 3 a.m. cannot afford to aggress recklessly. They actually don't even have their full post-plant setup because they've invested... oh no, wait, no, Invisible Armor? Invisible Armor. Oh, big right clicks, but no! Cullah gonna be able to take down Pow Pow. Away they go.
One enemy remaining.
Toxin screen down. Here. Here.
Suppress it. Repairing.
Poison orb emitting.
Revealing area.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Be still.
Right there. Flooding them.
Deploying drone.
Here. Thirty seconds left.
Blocking fire.
10 seconds left.
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
Right there.
No charges.
No charges. We are not so easily beaten.
I'm muted. On this? Oh, yeah, this one was off. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that, folks. I did not press the button on the mic hard enough to be able to turn it on. So, welcome back. 2-1 right now. Post plant crew getting it done for the moment for 3 a.m. So they're looking to be able to find a map here so that way they can push themselves over into the grand finals, into that gold medal match. But it's a long ways away from that. Shots trying to go through. Pretty doesn't land theirs, and Rizu doesn't hit one in return. Shaka is looking to do a little bit of what their name intends. Kitten does take down Yuki. She's going to be pretty big. There is a tag there. They are able to get one spotted. Great grenade. Viet finds one. Rizu going to be able to get the wall down. And it's a deep plant. No, it's just a default plant. I take it back. Pretty average stuff here from the 3 a.m. crew. They're not going for some sort of obscene little post-plant kind of setup. I'm sure they've still got lineups for it. Okay, pretty good for 2. Should have only been good for the 1, but the spray down doesn't work out. Rizu almost gives up another one, but Pretty kind of gave up on the shots to find safety. The spray goes through and finds 3 a.m. a second round. It was a big investment from Bobnem there in that third round. They'd lost the op, which is what allowed 3AM to have that economy to be able to push back. And you can see that they're really starting to just be able to bankroll for a good while. You are actually going to run into an issue next round, as it's going to be everyone but Pow Pow able to buy, and you don't have any sort of gun supplements. You don't have a jet. You don't have a chamber. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Yuki, what a dash. Doesn't just escape, but also repositions there onto pipes. Beautiful stuff. Finds themselves the kill. A little bit of damage, and it's all going to be healed back off.
You should run.
KJ ult going to be expended, trying to create some room here for the 3AM team to get a plant down against Bobnem. Shaka thinks he's got the lineup. Uh-oh, chokes the dart. Oh no, chokes away both darts. That is tragic.
Placing swarm grenade.
And now Kieran does get weakened for a moment, but they'll soon be able to just fade off of this position. Pow Pow in a dangerous one, but he gets it against Yuki. The damage done earlier doesn't help out as he does hit him in the head, but it just creates that little bit of confidence to be able to press forward. Coco looking for anything. Big swing out. 3 down. Looking for the 4th. Shaka gets some, but it won't be able to get them all, as it'll be a 3-2 lead for 3AM, as they're looking to make the most of this icebox pick. Kieran yet to get on the board, but they've been providing for their team with their utility. They're not necessarily scouting anyone with every single arrow, but they're creating, vision and creating information that they wouldn't normally have. Just good uses of the drone, good use of the dart, playing for their team, and making sure that these executes from 3AM are able to happen. He's the only initiator. He's the only offensive character on this team. So there's a lot riding on the back of them, not to get kills, but to just create a chance to get a kill. Shots trying to get through. Pretty is good for one, though.
Down, attacker spawn.
As he'll find Viet. Viet, though, immediately rezzed, holding it off. Pretty is lit up and will get healed. Has yet to get healed. Why have we not healed? Peek him. There we go. There's the heal. Brings him back up to full health. Less the armor. We'll see what they're able to do. They do hear one Marshall. They know that they need to fear that just a little. Rizu did get the wall down. Spraying it hard. Know that they need to deal 800 damage to that wall to be able to get through. Viet finds himself the plant. Bobnem is down the KO for the moment. Very resable position. Good shots from Rizu. Kala able to be brought back up here. Nobody gonna swing the wall. That would be a little bit too risky, but Pow Pow actually does late because he hears Pretty stepping up. Kala swings. He's kind of blinded. He's got a ghost in hand. He's looking for anything right now, and he's gonna be able to find Pow Pow. Gets himself a Vandal, and we're working. We're moving up the side here. It's a 2-on-2. He's got enough health to click, but he gets some. Finds him in the head. Kala is good for 3 after the res from the ultimate. And if you like plays like that, stick around, folks, because you're going to see a lot more.
Thrifty.
Another big thrifty from Bobnem. You saw it on Ascent, where they leaned on Pretty for just a immaculate ace over on Ascent. When all seemed lost, when all seemed like it was going to fall apart back on that map, Pretty stepped up. And in this one, Kulla pops the ult, dies kind of quick, is brought back by his team and steps up. Now 7-3-3 on the game. Guns across the board. You didn't buy armor. Pow Pow didn't buy armor. Dangerous position, does have the ultimate. Maybe that's why they think they're gonna be able to play him. But Yuki, good for 1, not good for the 2nd, as Rizu will escape with their life. The battle sage that Riot is trying so desperately to remove won't fall quite yet, and Kitten clears out Kulla. Big stuff, as Viet will be able to get this plant, and 3AM is gonna be able to get to work. Shaka using all of these smokes to their own advantage. But the Viper ult comes through and basically shuts this round out. Viet! Oh, doesn't get caught. Fine for now. Kitten taken down. Shaka trying to be big for their team. They know Viet's around, but they're not going to be able to get to him. Pretty drops to Rizu, and Pow Pow finds Shaka. As 3 a.m. will regain their lead. It's a marginal one, but it is good enough. And it's an interesting position that 3 a.m. are playing from. You're looking at a team that is unbelievably defensive. You have two Sentinels being broken out. You have 2 smoke players. You have 2 mollies inside of your Sentinel and your smoker. Your controller, pardon me. Good arrow, it's a classic. And then you also have the throwable in that of Sova. The post plant from 3 a.m. is so great that if they get the bomb down, they should be winning 9 out of 10 times. So you gotta get that bomb down. Pretty is gonna be flushed out of their own ultimate. They're trying to get this plant down. They are not gonna get stunned up. Shaka good for 1, along with, I can't come up with the Jet's name. Regardless, Kitten gets Pretty, ult goes down. It's a 3-on-3, and the KJ ult comes out in return. Coco, what can this guy do? What has he got for himself? There's the swing out. Yuki takes him.
Spike down, B.
But Pow Pow trades in return. Coco's not going to be able to answer this one.
Toxins going up.
Now they know where Coco is. They hear the sheriff. It's a tough spot to play from. Rez is going to be used on Yuki. I like the call. Bring back the big guns. You do have the man of the hour for the last one. Cullah good for 1. And Yuki, the same as when Cullah was brought back up, does find 3 on the round. Bobnem putting faith in these resurrections for their top players. And my goodness, are they paying off. 4-4 going into the 9th round. Once again, we're gonna look for someone to break this little stalemate as they continue to go back and forth. Is it going to finally be another 2 in a row for the defense of Bobnem? Or is 3 a.m. going to go on to a little bit of a run here in a moment? The economy says it really could go either way if either of them are able to find this win. Yuki in a belligerent position right now is going to drop down, does not dodge that dart though. Pretty good for 1. Kitten good to take down Yuki. The dangerous position is held, and Kitten good for 2, but not good for the 3 as Shaka will find them. And now it's down to the 2 controllers of 3 a.m. Pressing around, trying to find any sort of breathing room, any sort of space that they can work with. But so much control from these controllers is being ceded, they don't know what they've lost. Pow Pow is spotted, just the shoulder. No shots landed from Shaka. It's a difficult position. There's the dart. Anyone shoot it? Not spotted.
Toxins going up.
Good use of the orb. Wall gonna be sent. Toxins low. Viet is going to get Cullah as they deny that 1 flanker. There's the wall. Sprayed down. Oh, and Viet gets taken out immediately. Coco knows exactly how it's gonna go. And Pow Pow, short shots. Does push in. Pow Pow, do you look back? He looks back, but not for long enough. Coco will find themselves around and put his team up 5-4. Their first lead in a little while, but they've got it now. Bobnem looking to at least come out of this one even. I'm pretty sure this is 3 a.m.'s pick. But as I was going into it earlier, again, 3 a.m. with a very weird composition. Now you can look at it kind of similarly. inside of Bobnem's composition, a more offensive, less investment into that into that Molly playstyle. I feel like I'm describing VGC teams. This is Trick Room. The other side's got a little bit of a sunny day chlorophyll kind of thing going on. But they're both looking for speed control. They're both looking for some sort of way to be able to hold their offense, and it's the Molly that's going to be impressive on both sides, provided they can keep those right players alive. Pow pow. It's a tough gun, buddy, but you have time. I believe in you. They are able to get their reload off with the stinger. As Rizu will press
Recalling
up.
my bot.
A lot of looks towards mid right now.
Here.
Very scared of that position. Noise starting to be made. Wall's gonna go down. It's gonna be free. Ult is gonna get popped. Oh my goodness, Viet bleeding out. It's just decay damage though, so it's really just a bullet. Stick.
Spike planted.
Oh, costs some. Looks for a team, and wow, what a shot from Shaka as he's able to find out where a few of them are. Diffusing, takes a lot, runs off, is able to get a takedown there. As Pretty's good for one. 37 health remaining, does get the head tap through the wall, but Kitten gets one of their own. Pow Pow finds Shaka, the tap is there, sprints in a little too quick, and now Kitten has got to be scared. Might be a classic kind of shot, but no! They swing the corner, they're able to get the scope off, and they find Cullah, and they tie it up at 5 apiece. A deadlock between these two teams, neither one willing to cede more than an inch. But once they give that little bit more, once they give 2 inches, which a lot of people say is a big distance to give, could be a problem.
Bot coming back.
Aggressive play being held here. Kitten gonna jump. Look for anything. Yuki not gonna get the shot. Rizu finds Cullah, and there goes the aggression. Uh-oh. It's tough here in Maze. Shaka's gonna be caught as Pow Pow sprints into it and is willing to just take the fight, trade some damage for the kill. And they've just bought such a positional lead for their team. Looking heaven. He's gonna get hit. Yuki, good for one. They continue to try and press forward. Viet finds Coco. It's just a classic that they're trying to work with. But Kitten, my goodness, clutch in the last round. And will stop the dangerous assault of Yuki in this one. Just a Guardian sitting in the hands of Pretty. Thankfully, fell into their hands. Pow Pow, don't drop down. Don't do it. You don't want this. You don't want the smoke. Viet's gonna be the one to get it anyways with a headshot from distance. But Pretty was dead to rights on both ends. 3 a.m. finds themselves 2 rounds in a row. Can they make it 3 one last time to buy themselves a lead and potentially lock this one out? Think of the control that they will have on just preventing any offensive presence. Like, so much is going to be relied on the initiators of Bobnem to be able to break open. I mean, like, that's just... I'm describing the game to you guys, quite honestly, which is a commentator's job, but I mean, like, we all know that the initiator is going to be leaned on for the offense, but it's going to be just that much more pivotal in their setup that they're fighting against. Yuki, gonna drop down, looks for it, but he slips out. They hear the running. Do they assume that Yuki is here? Do they get him? How many does Yuki get? He's trying to be patient. He ends up eating it and grabs himself an op. Hold on, hold on. This is still ugly. Spike's gone. Ult's gonna be used. No look from Rizu. Coco good for one, but Kieran cleans up Coco. Pretty waiting in the wings. Kitten is able to clean it back up in return, and now they do have the ultimate. Oh, but Viet finds one on the flank. Vandal in hand for Yuki. They get to make sure that this plant is forced to happen. Is it a high ultimate? Is it an ultimate from Nest from the KJ? No, it's re-aggressing back out into their
30
spawn
seconds
to
left.
try and find him. But it's this pixel angle from Yuki.
One
They're not
enemy
looking
remaining.
for him. Gets one. Can't quite find the second immediately. But with only 20 seconds remaining, a call has to be made. They need to know that Cullah is here. Swings the corner, finds him,
remaining.
starts sprinting. Which site
10
do you
seconds
pick?
left.
Do you go B? Do you go A? And they hear it. They know the plant is here. They know that the fadeaway is towards CT. There's the wave. And it's just to block vision. In Yuki's mind, Viet could be anywhere. Yuki is heard to drop. Tap is there, sticking, holding, looking for it, but no, he goes down! Viet finds the headshot, gets the round for his team, and will seal the half,
Switching
7-5, giving 3 AM a little bit of breathing room going into their defensive half. And you look at these compositions and you go, okay, now they're on the half that they want to be on, right? Now you're in your position that you should be able to really work with. The offensive presence that can be put down from the side of Bobnem is phenomenal. You have the Jet for a little bit of an early peek to be able to play off of a small bit of information that the KO or the Sova can provide. But on the opposite end, man, you gotta deal with KJ? You gotta deal with B-site KJ? You actually want to handle that? I don't. Not only that, you also gotta deal with Sage doing whatever the hell she wants. No ultimate yet, but KJ looking to lock down this site.
Shutting them down.
Alarm bot gonna get shot out. One suppression is massive, but all of the utility that could have been used by the KJ is just completely is already used. So the nullification, the 0 point, doesn't really mean anything. But Kitten, they've been good with the gun. I'm starting to feel cringe every time I say the name, but Pow Pow finds Pretty. Viper on Viper kills. Shaka able to save Yuki as they're looking for defuse. They get half of it. Spray's coming through. Pow Pow good for another, as they'll have to fight hard to be able to find this round. Spray looking for anything. Can't quite get the shots as Pow Pow will fall to Cullah. It's a costly one, but it's always a full investment on the pistol anyways. It hardly matters to them. Bobnem find themselves the round. Oh, and they're gonna get vicious with this buy. Oh, okay. This is a game-deciding round right here. This is a game-deciding round right here. If 3 AM somehow scums this one out on a Thrifty, oh, the mental collapses, the economy collapses. It's 2008. Some of the people watching this broadcast were born in 2008. And some of you don't even know what I'm saying. That's terrifying to me. I'm an old man. Getting pushed out. Yuki gonna show the firepower early on and take some presence mid. And there's the dash back Coco. Good for the one against Rizu. But they won't do anything too dangerous. The lack of a rotate being seen by Coco there, sitting in that little
Water rising.
little area for B, or that cubby, does give the information that people might have rotated through mid, if anywhere at all, and the fact that they didn't really hear anything coming towards the lower part of A gives them the confidence to go for that plant. Also the giant guns. Ooh, okay, they get one. But that's about all they'll get. It doesn't amount to much. A little bit of damage onto Coco. I said Coco for the Viper. I did not mean to do that earlier. I meant to say Pretty. Pretty been on the KJ last round for anyone keeping score that way. But yeah, no, hey, abusing the firepower advantage that they had, and look at what they've got going into this round. Rifles basically across the board. I'm assuming Shaka is going to buy one. If not, they're going to be able to buy on the next... Oh, they're going to be able to buy on the next round. This is dirty. Pretty gets one kill, and they're able to buy next round. little bit of presence being shown mid here. Oh, that's a step. Can't afford to give away the game like that. After this round, gonna be a little pause. Oh no, Viet goes down. Yuki escapes with some health, and that's gonna be the quick heal. Another spray down. He takes a little bit of damage. Not a fun position to be in. That does create some rotates. Noise being heard mid. Big info for Cullah. Cullah is able to find Pow Pow. Things going from bad to worse here for 3 a.m. as Bobnem continues their assault. Yuki, they know they've got Kieran pinned. He's looking to push over. He kind of gets himself out of it as Kitten finds Cullah. Yuki gets sprayed down. Fortunate shots there. Coco holding with his Guardian. Ready to keep things together for the team. The wall in return. Sprayed out and oh, Coco! My goodness, a little bit fortunate there with the Guardian, but they get it done. They find themselves the kills, and they get their team the round. Now up 8-7. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. We are getting a little bit of a... Oh, am I cut off? Am I still live? We're getting a little bit of a break here, just a small tech pause, I guess we'll call it, as we try and solve an issue for one of the players. Should be right back into the game in just a moment. right, we're getting back into it. Just a small little Ethernet problem that we ran into there, but it's all solved. Thank you to UBC and SFU, and thank you, Vic, teams, to be able to get that one done. Yuki pops the ultimate early. Wants to be able to find something. Not being given anything quite yet. Fourth round of the half, so not a lot of firepower on the side of 3 a.m. and they're going to lose Rizu early. Pretty able to back off on that one, gets the heal, and that's exactly what you're looking for. It doesn't matter who takes that damage, so long as someone walks away with a kill, and that Sage can top him right back up. Hey, you say no to a Sage top off? Just take the health.
Toxins going up.
That's a little bit of spray control. Oh. Okay, well, hey, that's a quick 2v5. Should be an easy press here against Pow Pow. He's just going to watch from the one side. He's looking around. Might be able to get one in the side of the head. Gets Yuki for free. Looks for any sort of damage. Can't quite hit Pretty in time. And will go down for that. Kitten coming from the other side. Looking the wrong way. Tapped in the head. Pretty even gets to 80s on that one. And Bobnem will take a 9-7 lead. The defense from 3 a.m. starting to fall apart. Not being able to protect all of these fronts as well as they would have liked. The lack of a duelist might actually be costing them because they're not able to do anything terribly proactive all that well. Yeah, sure, you could try and get proactive with Harbor. Wow. Yeah, that's actually their best. Like, Harbor. That's their most proactive character. Anyone else noticing some problems with that sentence? Is that a me thing? I'm not saying Harbor is going to be the wrong pick in the end, but it does certainly create a much more obvious gameplay line. You know, there's not as many branching paths. Rizu does manage to find Shaka, which is a big kill, gives the team a little bit of breathing room. Uh-oh. Yuki takes a little bit of damage there, will fade off, out onto 410. Sees Rizu, Rizu sees them though. And that'll just knock him off of 410. Coco will take out Pow Pow, but Rizu trades right back. Kitten is down to take out Pretty. And now 3 on the round for Ri as they take out Cullah. It's just Yuki to try and get things done. Is able to recontrol the spray to be able to find Kitten. Will have to poke into this smoke. Gets off the stick. And Kieran is going to be able to be the one to pick it back up.
Shukriya, thank you.
Trying to figure out who they want the bomb defusal to go over to. They decide they don't really want the retake ultimate quite yet coming out from Harbor. And you know what? That's fair. I'd rather have the Sova ult so that way I can deny the post plant, or deny the plant confidently and force them to wait a little bit longer.
Thanks.
We did see from Bobnem, though, one of the times when they recognized that Sova's ultimate was online, they tapped the spike defusal and then immediately shifted to way off the site, trying to bait out some of the shots. And after that second shot had gone across, I believe they went one for the default at Gen, then Dice, and then they just kind of guessed. Uh-oh! Rizu! Caught out in no man's land on top of 410. The aggressive play from Yuki gets them an early pick. Knife goes off. Not gonna.
3 suppressed.
Why did we not shoot that? Wow. Okay. I was gonna say doesn't reveal anything because they just kind of looked at it and didn't break it. Shows 3. Shows 3, and now they are so far past all of the utility. Kitten might be able to get a kill here.
Toxins going up.
Not really looking for it. There we go. That's one for free. Pretty goes down. It's a 4 versus 4. Kieran finds one for themselves. That's going to be some damage out onto Cullah.
Spike planted.
And Cullah will get taken down. He's sprayed out entirely. Coco with the immediate res on Yuki as they'll try and pull this one off in a 2v4. There's still the KJ ult. There's still the Viper ultimate. Viet in a bit of a bad spot. Kitten goes down. Kieran looking for some shots and they'll get the wall. But he finds one onto Viet. Now it's a 1-on-1. Looking for him. They see, they hear, and it's Yuki getting it done. Too much greed from 3 a.m. They don't invest even one of the ultimates in that 2 versus 1, and Bobnem gets to steal one for the hubris of 3 a.m. They'll be out money and not able to play this one. You have to look at that one and go, why aren't you using your ultimates? That is a second form of economy. Play a card game, okay? Play a card game. You have your graveyard, you have your hand, you have your exile, and you have your life. You have 4 resources. Welcome to Valorant. You have other resources. Each and every time, you're gonna have your actual money, and you're gonna have your ultimates. You're gonna have your abilities, okay? They don't have a lot of killing abilities, okay? They have mollies that are gonna be able to flush people out of spots, and they have mollies to be able to flush people off of the bomb. That's it. When you have a Viper ultimate in a 4 versus 2, okay, you're not going to find many other better positions to be able to secure a round with a Viper ultimate. Your other best chance that you're going to get is your Viper picks up 2 kills on 2 people pressing a little bit far on a plant. They pick them off, and it's an immediate ult, and they're able to kind of push away the attackers. Spend your money. Splash the cash. Send the ultimates. This should be 9-9 right now, but instead, Yuki, off of one just swift ultimate from Coco, is able to get their knives back and put their team on a 2-round lead, potentially a 3-round lead, because now they have 0 cash. Pow puts a little bit of damage down onto Yuki. The decay goes through. They do have a gun in hand, and Rizu is spotted out there on the side, sitting in screens. Oh, that is terrifying. Pow finds one. It's nice to be able to get that one. It does make things feel a little worse, but it doesn't really accomplish all that much unless they're able to get a gun. Rizu, enormous jump peak there. And now Yuki a little bit scared to swing into it. Goes for a left click, trying to shoot him down. Rizu good for 2! Rizu good for 2! And they're able to get the res on Pow. They need these people alive. They need these players to stay on the field by the end of this one to recover this economy. The retreat is happening. Do 3 a.m. get greedy and go for guns? They have the ability to, but they have no reason to know that they do. Sprayed out by that Stinger, looking for it, right clicks, no, it's not, crouch click, not gonna go through. But it is gonna be a 4, a huge Thrifty, an enormous round back for 3 a.m. After, quite frankly, choking away the last round. They spend some of their ultimates, just one really. They drop the Sage ult on that round, and it buys them so much. 4 guns, 3 players able to have more than 3,000 creds in pocket, and still 2 ultimates in hand. It should be 10-9 for 3 a.m. in a different world, but right now we live in this one. Shaka is just rocking the Sheriff. Kind of a tough spot to be in, but they will have the ult for post-plant. What the hell? Shaka has been very aggro with these ultimates. They did pay off a little bit on Ascent, so I don't want to flame them too much. That one, unfortunate that it didn't pay off the way that they had on Ascent, just not clicking on the spots where players were hiding. And sometimes, you know what, you got to take those risks. You know, you see the ultimate for post plant, and everyone's like, okay, it's a post plant, so we'll ultimate. You know, we'll wait this out, we'll tap it, we'll bait it out. It's useless, right? At least there, you have the chance to catch them by surprise outside of the part where Sova yells out that he's using his ultimate like he's a bloody anime protagonist. Oh, that's one. Not patient, but he gets 2 anyways. Kitten comes through in the clutch there in mid and stifles the Bobnem attack, putting this in a fairly reasonable position to go 10-10. Oh, Pow, they're spotted, but they win the fight. They do have their ultimate. They can deny this plant, but they're not going to be able to. Cullah just barely able to get the molly down in the right spot.
10 seconds left.
I have no words on that one. That's unfortunate. I don't know what they were going for with that wall. Sucks that it didn't work out.
Last player standing.
Shaka, Kala goes down. The ultimate's used on the side of the KJ. It forced those players to press forward and try and do something aggressive because they'd planted in such a defensive position. Even escaping, if you think about it, all they'd have to do is I don't know what the proper call out is, and unfortunately all of my friends play unrated. So that spot, like with the the grate, I don't know what anyone else calls it. That's kind of like down and back to the right towards the defender spawn by tower. I call it gay baby jail. That's it. That's my only name for it. But they would have been forced out into that position. At that point, you're cooked. $10-10. Trying to put one more round on the board, so at least they're forcing Bobnem into a dangerous position. There's still guns in hand. And Pretty is going to pop the ult. Can they get the plant down? They should be able to. The stuns, they're going to spray where they see the lights come up. Pretty is just sitting on that stinger. Plant still not down. Kala drops. Coco drops.
Down.
Pretty drops.
Last player standing.
Oh my goodness, Yuki's out too. All members of 3 a.m. playing that one a little too slow, a bit punch drunk. Lemon drops for everyone. As their team gets hit flawless, a timeout will be taken. And this one, I mean, you're taking a breath if you're Bobnem on this one. You know, you're trying to give yourself some sort of, okay, hey guys, let's calm down. Let's think this one through, right? But you don't have economy this round. Your strategy that you're popping on this one, maybe you're doing something funny. You're like, okay, we're rushing this round, but next round, here's our game plan. Here's the utility we're going to use. Here's the information that I picked up on. Here's where they're playing. Here's where I think they're going to play. And this is what we're going to do next round. This round, we're likely sitting down 12-10, boys, and we're going to have to get 2 rounds back to back. They don't have ultimates to work with. This could be an orb position. Can you hit tab? Oh, it's not even a good orb position. You can get Kala's ult, but you don't really want to give an orb to that. I think you want to give orb to Shaka and hope that you can get Coco plant. I think that's your best call. Pretty losing their ultimate is just so costly though. Like, Viper ultimate in beta hurt your teammates. And it was like, okay, if we lose while using Viper ultimate, c'est la vie. But now Viper ultimate, you use that thing around the bomb, that needs to win you the round like 90% of the time. And to give up one of those 10s when you've got 5 players alive, 2 players that aren't Viper die, and then finally the Viper goes down, it's not good. 1 goes down, goes for the spray, goes for 2, it's just damage, but the Sage is still alive, it's gonna be able to be healed off, and they hardly even need to. It's just some chip onto 3 of the members. That spray, it made sense in the moment, but it doesn't work out whatsoever.
3 suppressed.
Kala finds 3. Kieran gonna look for some shots, trying to spray through the wall, but Coco gets some. Oh, Kala dropped by Kitten 2. Yuki loses sight of the members. Good shots there from Viet as he's able to swing the corner. Yuki, good for 1. Not sticking. It's just Yuki to be able to get this one done. They've clutched before. They tap. They know they're off. Dash around onto 410. Good shots from Viet, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to miss by 3.5 seconds, and we're going to be tied at 11 apiece. I think 3 a.m., however, has the cash to splash, whereas Bobnem will not. No, actually, I lied. Bobnem's gonna be able to buy well enough. Oh, and look at the ultimate economy on the side of Bobnem. Cullah dying in that round gives him his ult. Coco getting a plant and a death gives them their ultimate. And Yuki, provided all goes straight to hell, will have a gun in hand for next round. Oh no, Yuki. Oh, bold decision in mid. And Cotton, it did not pay off. That's 80. Oh, that's 160. One more. He swings left. He's gonna tag a different one. Yuki's gonna get back to full health. But the damage across the rest of the team is nothing to scoff at. Kitten in a pivotal position. Yuki gonna feel flushed out here. They're not gonna know he's here! But Kitten goes down. Via gets one. Via cannot get the second. Coco with the wall bang. And we're in a 3 versus 4. Damaged members across the board, however. Rizu looking around with that operator. Doesn't know that there's one behind. And Pretty takes him down.
Toxins going up.
This should be the plant. Awful position to be in as the defense here. Cullah, concerned, did hear footsteps, now knows that one has broken through screens, should have heard, he's gonna hear Kieran drop. He knows that they're both on site now. This flank position is so huge, but it's not gonna matter. It's not needed. Pretty will pop both Pow Pow and Kieran and send this one to a 12-11 in Bobnem's favor. 3 a.m. had such a good position to be able to put this one into their lead, but now they'll just be playing for a tie and a chance to play in overtime. Kitten at the top of the leaderboard, looking to get one more kill to get their own ultimate. Viet nearing on theirs as well. It's a sketchy position, but with his flash in hand, Yuki's gonna get aggressive. Here comes the updraft. There it is. No dash. Viet puts down some damage. 44. Now only 4 health remaining. But with the change to Sage Heal, it's not gonna matter. It basically was a moot point, and all it is some bullets traded back and forth for the fun of it all. Now Sage and Harbor revealed to be on A site. Immediately a little rotation from Harbor. And KJ once again left to hold B on their own. And quite honestly,
Poison's off.
why wouldn't ya? Effectively has 2 teammates, one sitting in kitchen and one sitting right at the back end of green boxes. Looks for it, takes it out. It's a default position, they get it for free with 45 seconds remaining. Just over half of the time is gone. Harbor wall used, trying to divvy up yellow. Coco is gonna take down Pow Pow. Rizu isn't gonna be able to break that barrier. It's a greedy one, but it works out perfectly. Pretty in a flank position, sees one, gets Viet, and now Kieran knows that they need to take this fight.